Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in again today. I have received so much good feedback from last podcast episode. So thank you so much for everybody who took the time, who listens to this podcast, and who asked all these questions that I can now tackle today in my podcast. And we can dive even deeper than we have done it last week. So, hello and welcome back. In the last episode, we actually talked about why so many artists feel stuck and how it's usually not about talent, but about lack of direction, a lot of distractions. And today I want to go one level deeper than last week. Because even if you understand that there are stages in a music career, there is something that almost no one talks about. And that is what actually happens inside those stages that I have mentioned last week. Why artists get stuck in them, why progress feels so slow sometimes, and why it often feels like nothing is working even when you're doing the exact right things. Because here's the part no one explains. Building a music career doesn't feel like progress. It honestly feels like confusion for such a long time. And if you don't expect that, you start thinking something is wrong. Most artists expect this. I do the work and then I see the results. But reality does not look like this 99% of the times. I do the work, nothing happens, then I doubt myself, then I see small results, and then nothing again. And that gap between effort and results is where most artists lose their confidence. So let me reframe this for you. The roadmap is not about what you do, it's about understanding what results to expect, how long things actually take in the music industry, and what normal actually looks like for us as musicians. Because if you don't understand, you quit too early and you are not getting the fame, the recognition, and everything you actually deserve. Because I know you out there, you working hard. Let's talk about actually what happens inside of a music career. The reality of the roadmap. Reality number one, nothing feels like working at first. At the beginning, you post something on social media, for example, and there's low engagement. You release music and there's low streams. You try, you talk to people, you connect, and there's very little feedback. And this is what most of the musicians think. This isn't working. I'm on the wrong path. But in reality, this is the phase where you're building your foundations. And foundations take a while. Foundations are hard. Foundations will not get immediate feedback. Reality number two, consistency feels boring. No one talks about it, but building a career is not exciting most of the time. It always looks so exciting when you look at social media and you see all these successes and you see the people who have millions of likes and a lot of followers, and it feels like it was easy and it just fell into their laps. But no, career building is not exciting. It's showing up even though nobody responds. It's repeating actions over and over again until they catch attention. It's doing the similar things, but adjusting them just a little bit to make it more appealing to the right audience. And because it feels repetitive, artists think, I need a new strategy. I need to change things. This doesn't work. But often, you just need to keep going and keep tweaking your strategy just a little bit and not a whole new strategy. Reality number three, growth is not linear. This is one of the biggest mindset shifts in the coachings. Growth comes in waves. You might feel stuck for weeks and then suddenly everything moves. If you expect steady growth, you'll always feel like you're failing. So do not expect it to be consistent. Reality number four, you will feel lost multiple times. Not just once. It's not just in the beginning when you're building your foundation where you doubt everything and you don't know what to answer and you don't know what to say. It is confusing. It is you're talking from your soul. You're talking about yourself. You're talking about your experiences as a musician. So it's one of the most vulnerable things you're doing, and you will feel lost because it's hard work to find yourself, to define your strategy for yourself, to sell your emotions and yourself. It is one of the hardest things out there. And even successful artists that I work with sometimes ask me, what am I doing right now? I don't even understand. Like, it just feels like I'm on the wrong path, or I don't even know what is the next step. And that doesn't mean you're off track. It means you're evolving. You're changing from one stage to another stage. One artist just reached out to me and said, it feels so weird, Christina. Sometimes I'm in the hostel next to 8 other people because I cannot afford a hotel when I'm touring and when I'm on stage and there's not as many ticket sales as I wanted them to. And then on the other hand, I find myself at a luxury cruise where I'm like in the biggest suite and I can dine with the guests, and I'm like at a big theater at night and I'm performing and I'm playing. And that doesn't mean you're on the wrong path because you're feeling yourself in so different situations, or you're finding yourself in such different situations. It doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It means you're leveling up, you're going to the next stage, and sometimes there's leftovers from that other stage. Reality number 5, most artists lack structure. And this is really the biggest one when I start working with the artists, because everything I just described becomes 10 times harder when you don't have a plan, a system, and guidance. So instead of trusting the process, you start guessing again. You start to restructuring your strategy. You're structuring your day differently. What you actually need to do is keep going, keep the system, keep the strategy, and not shift and change all the time. So if you're feeling like things are slow at the moment, you're unclear about where to go, you feel like you're inconsistently posting and showing up for your fans, I want you to understand this is not failure. This is what the process actually looks like. There will be better days, there will be worse days. But here is the important part that I want you to take away from today. You don't have to go through this blindly. What changes everything is having a structure inside of the chaos and knowing what to focus on, what to ignore, what to expect in the different stages and how they actually gonna manifest themselves in your career. And this is exactly what I'm building right now behind the scenes. Something that gives musicians not just information. I see so many products out there where there's lots of YouTube videos to watch or lots of videos in an academy where I feel overwhelmed personally looking at all these videos. And I'm like, I don't even know. I don't need more information. I just need the right strategy. I need the right direction. I need to know, where am I? Where do I need to go? And I don't need more videos. So I'm very excited to launch this very soon because we in the music industry need more clarity, more structure, and more guidance through all of this from people from the industry who have broken artists before and who know how to build a sustainable career in the music industry. So if this episode resonated with you, stay close. Please keep listening. Next week, another episode is going to come out. We're going to dive even deeper. And if you know any other artist who needs to hear this, please share it with them. It will also help me with my goal to help more artists. If you share it with some of your friends, you give me a like, you give me a shout out. I really appreciate you, and send me messages on Instagram, @beyourOwn.star. I'd love to hear more from you, and I see you next Monday for the next episode.